Explosive declassified FBI documents revealed by Director Kash Patel on June 17, 2025, exposed a Chinese Communist Party plot to undermine the 2020 U.S. election.
So, the Communist Chinese, CCP, with the Carnegie Endowment and the CIA, with DHS and the DOJ, brought in massive plane loads of ballots printed in Communist China. Former Intel officer drops truth bomb. Gateway Pundit. CIA and ODNI covered up 2020 CCP election interference, fired him for speaking out.
The documents, originally from the FBI's Albany field office, detailed the smuggling of tens of thousands of counterfeit U.S. driver's licenses from China and Hong Kong, used to facilitate fraudulent mail-in ballots for Joe Biden. Nearly 20,000 fake IDs were seized at Chicago's O'Hara Airport alone, but the investigation was abruptly halted, and the reports were ordered destroyed under former Director Kiristoffur Rei. The deep state beast strikes again.
So right here, when you see green, that is a successful intrusion, meaning they flip votes.
Right.
Red is unsuccessful in terms of flipping votes, but it could be reconnaissance or, passive recon, just looking at the different machines to see what the totals are.
The Communist Chinese, which is a nation state that spends annually here in the United States $16 billion on intelligence and influence operations, that they could use a fraction of that budget and in those 7 swing states around the country produce, in warehouses that they have throughout those swing states. They have printers, they have the paper that's being used, they have access to the voter rolls, they have access to the ballots themselves, which are PDFs, which you can download online. And they're a nation state with an amazing intelligence service. They could acquire the signatures through artificial intelligence of everyone that was voting. And then you pick off 1 million people. This is, again, a worst case scenario, but they would take 1 million people who never vote but who are on the voter rolls and produce 1 million perfect looking counterfeit ballots, insert them into the system, and try to decide the election.
This is ultra massive because we learned about it back at the time. November 30th, talking about it then. They've got the forensic experts that'll show the hack, will show the patch, it'll show the fraud, it'll show the scam, it'll show all those Chinese ballots shipped in, flown in on private jets, fed in, that were all perfectly scantroned, perfectly printed, weren't even folded, were never put in an envelope, were never mailed. They were brought in. We even have the Chinese on video in Georgia and Michigan at 4 a.m. and 3 a.m. coming in with the dollies. Chinese nationals landing in private jets with perfect ballots, hitting us and hitting us hard.
The Mockingbird media continues to dismiss the claims, but the evidence has stacked up and points to a coordinated assault on American sovereignty. The 2020 election's vulnerabilities, mass mail-in voting, lax verification in swing states, and unsecured drop boxes created the perfect storm for Chinese and deep state manipulation. Chinese printed ballots and electronic fraud tied to IP addresses in China had long been questioned, aligning with the FBI's findings. However, these revelations contradict the 2021 intelligence report claiming there was no foreign interference. U.S. officials buried the evidence to ensure Biden's victory and advanced a globalist agenda cozy with Beijing. This isn't just about the 2020 Biden fraud. It's about securing elections against the beast system embedded in our government and their foreign meddling in our republic's future. John Bound reporting for InfoWars.